Good afternoon, and thank you for joining Conversations for College Success. I would like to thank all of my listeners and subscribers in 5 countries and, and want you to know that I really appreciate each of you. Again, thank you so much for listening. For all listeners today who are not currently subscribers, I ask each of you to become a subscriber. The topic today: what discernment looks like, how to strengthen discernment in your everyday life, plus some suggested steps to become stronger. What discernment looks like. Discernment shows up in small moments. Saying no to something that looks good on paper or sounds good but does not feel right because of your gut response. Recognizing when someone's words do not match their actions or body language. Pausing and thinking before immediately reacting to a situation or an offer. Asking deeper questions instead of accepting surface level answers. Choosing growth over comfort or what is easy. It's not dramatic, it's subtle. But those subtle choices shape the entire trajectory of your life and your career. How to strengthen your discernment ability in your everyday life. A few suggested steps to develop stronger discernment includes: number 1, slowing down. Discernment rarely happens when you are in a rush. Give yourself time and space to think, reflect, and breathe. Ask for and take the needed time to make an informed decision, whatever it is. I've always suggested that people write down the pros and cons regarding any and all decisions and opportunities, and definitely the very important ones, before making decisions like changing jobs, accepting certain promotions, and or accepting advice that is not vetted. You should talk with your family members, friends, and mentors, and or colleagues that you trust. Listen to your body. Your intuition often speaks through physical cues. Examples could include tension and discomfort versus ease and energy. Again, pay attention. Ask better questions, and that is why you need time to make your decisions. Instead of, do I want this promotion and how large is my salary increase? Think about more in depth or detailed questions, such as, does this align with my values? An actual additional first question is, do you even know what your values are? Have you ever thought about what it is that is really important to you? What's important to your family? What's the long term impact of saying yes? And what is the long term impact of saying no? Some examples. Does this mean more or less time with your family? More or less travel? Will I be managing people? Do I know what managing people involves and includes? Do I even like people? Do I enjoy training, helping and or dealing with others or other employees' problems? Do I know how to encourage and support employees? Or have I even done that with my friends? Am I being set up to fail? Do I have the skills necessary to be successful? Or can I learn them quickly on the job? You must also think about the source of this request and what is the motive behind it. For example, am I being sidelined or am I being positioned for future additional opportunities? Is your decision coming from fear or from your values and wisdom? From consulting with family, friends, and or mentors, again, who you trust. Seek wise counsel. Again, seek wise counsel. Who are your trusted family members, your trusted friends, your trusted mentors? Who is always there for you and honest with you? Who makes you think? Discernment does not mean, again, discernment does not mean doing everything alone. It means choosing the right people and voices to listen to. If you do not have any mentors, then think about and look back over your life to see who has always been there for you when things got difficult and or hard for you. Who made you look at yourself or shared things you were not aware of about yourself that made you look in the mirror. In your current circumstances or current job, who do you or did you go to for counsel and who always has or had your best interests at heart? Reflect on past decisions. Patterns reveal truth. Look at what has worked and what has not worked and why. If today's conversation sparked something in you, take a moment to reflect on where discernment might be calling you to pause, to question, or to choose differently. And remember, discernment isn't a destination, it's a practice, a lifelong companion or muscle that needs to be consistently used. Discernment is not about perfection. Again, it is not about perfection because nothing and no one is perfect. It is about awareness of your motives and other people's motives as well. It's about learning to trust yourself, your instincts, and your reactions, not blindly, but wisely. It is going to require more self reflection and a better understanding of yourself, your motives, your values, your goals, and your career direction, which can adjust and or change over time. When you practice discernment, you begin to move through life with more confidence, more clarity, and more peace. You stop being pulled in every different direction and start walking in the direction and purpose that's meant for you. A short aside about my experience and discernment. I always wanted to help people and really enjoyed math. So after graduating from college with a math degree, I was planning to teach math. Unfortunately, my student teaching experience was not a good experience at all, so I decided to accept a retail management training position. But then eventually I realized that I did not want to be required to have to work every or most holidays. So retail was no longer working for me. I then went into banking, and while in banking, I learned about and understood the value of credit and also the different divisions within the banking industry. Also, while a banker, I had the opportunity to work for three different banks in two different states, which expanded my knowledge and learning experience even more. While in banking, I also started volunteering. I then decided to try working for some nonprofits that worked with students through a nonprofit. And then I decided to try working for some nonprofits. And then I had an opportunity to work with a nonprofit that worked with students. I found out that I really enjoyed working with students and that most of them listened to wise counsel. I then applied for an opportunity to work for Cleveland State in career services and really enjoyed working with diverse students. I could share information about corporate America, nonprofits, and eventually healthcare. I could also answer their questions and share advice that could and did help the majority to start out correctly and successfully in their careers. If today's podcast has sparked something in you, take a moment to reflect on where discernment might be calling you, whether to pause, to question, and or to choose differently. However, do not quit your current position without already having another position lined up, or take this time now to either sign up for a course or get the skills that you need to be successful in whatever your next endeavor is going to be. Again, use this time to acquire any necessary skills for your next endeavor. Discernment is not a destination. It's a habit that needs to be practiced or a muscle that needs to be used, and it will become a lifelong strength and friend. Thank you for joining Conversations for College Success. If you are not a subscriber, again, I ask you to become one. Send your questions to conversations for college success at hotmail.com Again, send questions to conversations for college success at hotmail.com. And you can also send any comments you may have. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep listening to that quiet wisdom within you. Bye bye.